What's going on, people? Welcome to Monday Night Smoke.
Oh, man.
The comments
wow, that comment is crazy.
These comments, I know it's going to be a lively show today, boy. What's going on, people? We're here. Before we do anything, let me hit that roll call real quick. This one's about to be a mad one because the comments are busy already. Let me catch my breath. 3, 2, 1. Shouts out to Mola, Jack Scam, Sir Alex Ferguson, MC Tasty and Chips, Vibes FC, man like Bruce Kai, SWJ, October Red, the Dockers, J Legs, Uncle Jonah, Chad Hensley, Eddie Rose, Jim Man White, Tony, Stephen Coppin, Doughboy J, man like Brush, Mr. A Northbank, Bren, Lips, Matty, Tony Pugilist, man like Aaron, Ash, leaderboard guy, bruv. I love you, fam. Your comments always get me laughing, fam. Chill out 477 on John Francis, Base the Kid, Ashley Williams, Life of Deji, Phil Larkin, Doofus Creations, man like Joshua.
Stay pattern.
H Big, Jermaine Biz, Flex 47, Ian Paul. Let me scroll to the end, man like we're here, bro. We're here.
All right, Trav.
What's good, man?
Trav, welcome to the show. This is a new you. Travis is married now. Come on, let's go.
Married Trav.
Married Trav is crazy. We'll save what was going through our heads for the pod. I think that'll be make more sense of the pod. No one ain't here to talk about married Trav right now.
Yeah, right now it was a beautiful wedding nonetheless.
It was.
I appreciate all the DMs. I got so many messages from the Great Defeaters. Because I'll be real, you guys are the only ones that knew. I didn't put it on my socials. I didn't put it nowhere else. And the messages, my DMs were very active with a lot of love, man. So I really appreciate it, man. Thank you, man.
And I was saying reckless things to you while I was waiting for the bride.
That's hilarious. KG as the best man is the funniest thing ever. You're standing there waiting for the big moment, and this dude's just whispering nonsense in your ears, bro. No, but in the pod we'll go.
Whispering a madness. All right, listen. Mary J. Yeah, that's funny. I like that. Come on.
Mary J, that's a good rebrand.
But enough of that. Travis was a bit crestfallen. That's all I will say.
Crestfallen.
We were dancing. Everything was going, like your shoulders were up where that was doing all of that stuff. And then you found out about a knockout, and then the shoulders was like they went lower.
Listen, I was in no way surprised at this outcome. Don't even try.
Are you ready?
This ain't even like an AJ fight where I was putting my name on it. I didn't put my name on it.
No,
I didn't even predict this. I didn't even predict Dillian was gonna win, fam.
Yeah, we hoped it. No, but let's be real, Travis.
I said I wanted.
Trav, none of this nonsense. I said if Fury knocks out Dillian, what's the energy going to be saying? He said you're going to give it up.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right now.
That's what I'm coming to do today.
All right, cool. Let me not get in your way. Go on.
Oh, bro. So, listen, let's not make no mistakes. Even last week when man was predicting this thing, I was saying straight, Fury's going to win this thing. I want Dillian to win, but that's how it's going to go. Credit to Fury. I think he's getting better. I think he's getting better still. I can't even lie. I looked at this thing and I'm like, nah, this might be his optimum weight. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, normally, because for the last Wilder fight, he was top end heavy. Like, it was nuts. The first Wilder fight, he was his usual, I think he's probably his usual weight, I guess. I don't really know too much about his weights like that. But this one here in between still had power, could move nicely. And I was like, you know what? That fight, it wasn't even like it was, I don't know how to say, it wasn't even like, as much as Dillian tried to say, it was close, they weren't notching it until the knockout. No, there was literally someone in the ring which is way better than the other guy. That's all that fight was. And I'll be real. You guys know how I feel about Tyson Fury. I don't like that guy. That is just straight. We're not even pretending here. I don't like him. But the performance, he did what he had to do. Dillian unfortunately showed everybody what level that he is. Unfortunately, it's not at the top in those conversations anymore. Like
Yeah.
for me, unfortunately, I saw that and I was like, and I like the guy. I do like Dillian. We've met Dillian. He showed us love on a personal level. Like as a guy, I like his story. I like everything about it. He's from Brixton. He's Jamaican as well. Like there's so many levels where I support and like him. But at the same time, I looked at it and I was like, it's just unfortunately you don't have what it takes to beat Tyson Fury. There's not much in here that would be like it'd have to be the luckiest punch. Because the height difference was crazy. The footwork was nowhere near what it needed to be. The hand speed weren't there. I don't know what the game plan was. I have no idea why you were southpaw in the first round. After that, I'm watching this and I'm like, yeah, you're in there with a better man.
Bro, what kind of intro is this, bro?
Sorry, man. Sorry, man. I got annoyed. I didn't even get to watch the fight live, bro. I had to watch the fight Sunday. And I watched it and I was like, this ain't what you're supposed to do.
You're doing too much, bro. Here's me thinking you're doing a back and forth. You just done a straight monologue, fam. You're getting into the deep rounds and stuff.
Sorry, bro. I was annoyed, man.
Nah, so there's a lot to unpack. One thing we will say, and there's apologies. It's apology gate today still because we doubted Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank told us those tickets.
Hold on.
Come on, Big
Let
Frank.
me make one thing absolutely clear regarding Frank Warren.
Yeah.
I never want him to promote another top tier fight ever again. Again.
Oh, wait. Before you do that, I hear that. But the stadium was full.
I don't even care about
bro, that. At least 80,000 in attendance. We can at least now say that because remember we said that Fury ain't got this. We said Fury hasn't got that thing in the UK. He hasn't got those fans like that, bro. They came out in their droves. So we had to be honest and give it up because we thought StubHub settings and bare empty spaces. Now the phone lights were everywhere, fam. We have to be honest,
bro. What you said, 80,000.
I'm saying, wait, hold on.
Why is it 80,000? It's supposed to be 94,000.
No, because I'm not gonna say that it was totally capacity, but I do believe a minimum 80,000 in attendance. Minimum.
Fair enough, man. I'm curious to see what the numbers. I'm curious to see what.
Hold on, I got Michael Benson told us what happened. He gave us the breakdown. 1 second, let me go to Mr. Benson. Let's go there because you just gotta come with the realness, bro. Like sometimes, there you go. Here it is. Bro, just talk to the people while I find it.
Fine. Look, end of the day, I don't care about any of that. All I know is that this could have been a spectacle, like a crazy spectacle. And I'm not talking about how sold out the seats. I'm talking pay-per-view numbers, like the general fight week. That was the worst fight week I've ever seen for a fight at that capacity. Do you know what I mean? I don't really want to get into the seats and how many men were actually there. But the man said it sold out, bruv. Good for you, bro. Like,
it's like 32 million or something. Oh man,
what pay-per-view numbers? Get out of 32 million.
They said they did all in. Wait, mate.
Oh, is that how much they made?
Yeah.
That means they didn't make the money back.
They did make them. What are you talking about? I'm gonna get
32 mil. Didn't he spend 40 something on the purse bid?
That's what Thingy Fury walked away with. I'm gonna get it, bro.
Boy, we'll see. Harry Dean was 1 second. Harry Dean was there. He said I was in row JJ on the pitch, and there was about 20 empty seats around me, and visually you could see the empty seats.
Boy,
I don't.
Fury. Here you go. This is it. Tyson Fury's final purse for Dillian White fight: 33.6 million, 26.2 million base purse, 29.5 million plus the bonus, the fight bonus.
But his tweet was based on the purse bids, on the purse cuts.
Yeah, it's not. It basically Dylan still walked away with 5.8 million. And
Boy,
it was an 80-18 split. So Dillian still made some peas, bro. I'm
happy for that. I would just think like for how big this fight could have actually been.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff that went wrong for this thing. But anyway, I tell you why I'm disappointed. I don't like the interview Dillian White did on Sky Sports. That the interview, he said Tyson pushed him over.
That was I didn't like that. I've liked everything until he said that. Wait, hold on. I need to give my Fury love right now because it's necessary. Fury runs this era. It don't matter what you want to, bro. It don't matter how you slice it. However we look at this thing, Fury will run this era. Pure, simple, break it down no matter what. When we talk about dangerous people in boxing, yeah, and we all mess around with Wilder's name, but we do know Wilder fights anyone else other than Fury, yeah. Wilder's a problem for these other heavyweights. We all admit it. Every time we say Wilder versus this person, Wilder versus this person, Wilder versus that person, we say Wilder wins, yeah. Simple as that. Fury's beaten Wilder 3 times, yeah. Klitschko, yeah. And now Dillian White. And this is progressing Dillian White. This is it. I don't think we'll get into that. How good was Dillian? But I'll call it a good Dillian.
Hold on. Can't we be like just clear on what we're saying here? Because you're saying he runs this era or he's number 1 right now.
So whose era is it?
You're saying this is his era or he's number 1 right now. You said there's nothing more to do. So he retires right now, and he is up there with the greats, and he run this era.
I'm saying this is because we're not.
Be clear with your language, because words mean things.
Let me be clear about my language, bro. I'm telling you right now, this era. I didn't talk about the greats, because what greats are in this era?
No, I'm just saying. Go be clear. Be clear what you're saying.
I'm very clear on what I'm saying.
You're not, bro.
I'm very clear on what I'm saying, bro. Fury runs this era. He's unbeaten, and he's beating guys that will be dangerous for everybody else. Now, everyone keeps saying the new line is, what about AJ? What about AJ? What about AJ? AJ's got some work to do. So we can't really get into that. And do know he's
even though Lewis, look, bro.
Helps me.
Fact is, Lewis ran his era.
Very true.
And there's still convos about Riddick Bowe and how come that fight never happened. Getting out of the era and not fighting guys who are still active in this ring is not gonna hold well, bro. But if a Fury AJ fight don't happen, it's gonna be like a letdown for us.
But what if AJ doesn't win it? He don't have to fight him though.
Listen.
You have to understand.
I'm not here for that. He don't have to fight in conversation. I'm not having it.
Wait a minute.
Don't do this, bro. You want to do this?
No, I'm asking you. I'm saying if he doesn't win it, why do I have to fight him I'll just fight the undisputed guy and keep it moving. I just got to come back for the undisputed. I'll beat the man. I'm saying that he should fight the winner. I'm not saying he has to walk away. I'm saying fight the winner. There's nothing to discuss. He couldn't beat him. What am I fighting him for? We all understand that. If he's lost twice, yeah, that means he wasn't the man. And I'm beating the man. That's what we're saying. The belts, the way he lost the belts was a bit mad. Yeah, we won't get into that. But I'm saying since he's come back, like most men don't want to fight people don't want to fight Dillian. People won't want to fight Wilder. And he beat them guys comprehensively. In that beating, we talk about the night in Dusseldorf, and we know that he scored Klitschko, and then he comes in and schools White. Mashed up Wilder. What are we talking about right now? What's there to be done? So now if I beat and become the undisputed champion, there's no more discussion to be had. I think it's that simple. This is his era, bro. I'm sorry to say it. But
cool. Well, let me just get this footage out. Obviously, this is Dillian claims that he was pushed over and he hit his head. So I've got the replay footage just to challenge and see if we can try and prove something here. Let's go.
Wait, are we? So what are we saying right now? Are we saying that?
No. I'm saying. Look, he said he got hit. He said he was a bit dazed. He said he pushed man over. He goes, he fell over and he hit his head. Tell me where he hit his head. Shoulder, the head gently lays. I'm not challenging the push. Because as we see from this angle,
he didn't. Yeah, he didn't.
Watch. The shove is clear, right? But
allow it though. If you can,
I can't let you get that off. Yeah, it's one of the ones where it's like, bro.
I didn't like that interview, man. I'll be honest. I'm a Dillian fan, and I hated that interview. That interview was garbage.
It proper irritated me to see that. I wanted him at this point to just go, you know what? Better man won. This is what happens in boxing. Is what it is. Look, even watch this. Watch.
Yeah, the uppercut landed. I was buzzed, but obviously, I was trying to regather my senses, and then he proper full on pushed me like that, and I fell over and hit my head on the canvas, which is illegal. This ain't wrestling. This is boxing. You know what I mean? But as usual, they let Fury do what he wants and get away with it. You know what I mean? I should have been allowed extra time to recover and then carry on fighting. You know what I mean? And then he pushed me. Then he went and said, "Referee, don't let the fight carry on." What? And then it was like, referee ain't doing his job. It's like, okay, I got caught. No doubt, but I got caught. A good shot. So I went for the left uppercut. He went for the right uppercut. He's a bit taller than me. So obviously he landed his at range. I was hurt. Obviously I didn't go straight down. I was hurt. I was trying to get my sense together. Then he full on 200 pushed me. It wasn't like one arm thing. He 200 pushed me.
Fam, that's the worst way to like give it up. Like man said, push, bro. If you were, bro, so what happened if he was to let combos go then? If a push is throwing you over like that, if he started to dig, it'd be crazy.
Yeah,
that irritated me.
That was as real as Dillian's kept it. I didn't like that interview. That was the worst part. You just gotta take it because again, like you've made. End of the day, Dillian's made his money. He's a happy man in it. Yes, he wanted to win, but that's a lot of cheddar. That's a lot of peas. So you're happy on minimal promotion as well. So take that. Now, there's parts that I kind of want to talk about.
Sorry, what do you think of this interview, real quick?
Go ahead.
I'm the best heavyweight it's ever been. There ain't never been one who could beat me. Because you know why? I'm not just being like confident. 6'9" frame, 270-pound weight, can move like a middleweight, can hit like a thunderstorm, and can take a punch like anybody else. Yeah, and I've got balls like King Kong, a heart of a lion, the mindset of the Wizard of Oz. It is what it is.
He's not the greatest that's ever been, but he's a great. He's just a great. He's running his era. Like
he's running his era. He's running his era.
Can't test that. That can't
these talks of greatest ever is when it starts to get nuts, and it's when I start to get really jarred. I'm like, bro, you're doing exactly what you need to do now. Retiring now is crazy, but to say you're the great, like, bro, like, really, we're doing this. We're throwing you in your name in the hat with these men, like. You're giving it up with men like this. Get the hell out of here, bro. Obviously, some of these men here, I'm not really co-signing everyone, but bro, when we start really doing this, I'm like, nah, I'm not rolling, bro. I can't stand that part of the conversation. I really can't.
I hear that. I'm not. So when we talk about all-time greats,
because I will never tell anyone that Fury's not number one right now.
Where does he rank in the all-time list, in the all-time heavyweight list? That's what the calling is today. Where do you put Fury? Not on a salty vibe. Where do you rank Fury in the all-time greats? I get his record is not, and I know the accountant wants to do a madness as well. Yeah, I know Bruce Kai. He's saying because I've seen something from Bruce. Yeah, just some paperwork. Yeah, that lets you know how Bruce is seeing this thing. Yeah, I'm just saying that. Where are you not going to rank him? That's the question.
Frank Warren said his resume is already better than AJ's. Somebody asked Eddie Hearn what he thought, and he listed his key wins here. He said Fury's key wins: Klitschko, Wilder, White, Chisora, Wallin. AJ's key wins: Klitschko, White, Parker, Povetkin, Ruiz, Pulev. What do you think? That's the question on the lines as well.
That's a good question because the problem is, we don't know how. We're still not confident and sure about how Wilder AJ goes. We need to see that in our lifetime.
I'd like to see that. I still want to see that, even though Wilder's got these losses on his record.
Yeah,
in the same way that even if AJ loses again, I still want to see the Fury and AJ fight, just because of how polarizing these men were at the same time.
Because Pulev is not really. I'm not really doing the Pulev one. We can allow that one. That's not really the one for me. We know that Fury's gonna mash up Parker. That's light work.
Having Chisora on your best wins is still nuts though, and even Otto Wallin, fam.
But then Chisora pretty much gave White that real Chisora. You could say Chisora White.
Then that means you take three names off Fury's thing. So if we take off White and we take off Pulev, you still have Klitschko, Parker, Povetkin, and Ruiz.
I'm talking about what you remember when he.
Yeah, because remember the names are on both of these men's record, isn't it? So if Chisora has to go, because he's the same level as White, and White goes off of both of their record, Otto Wallin is definitely not staying.
But I say that the White that thing he fought was a more he's learned more in the game after that. I think the White that AJ fought, yes, it was the rivalry and that and this, that, and the other. It wasn't a complete what White had turned into. Tibbs won.
Do you think White that fought Fury was better than the White that AJ fought?
It has to be.
Who was Klitschko that AJ fought better than the one that Fury fought?
What's that?
Did you think Klitschko's performance?
AJ got the best Klitschko.
AJ got the best Klitschko in my opinion as well.
Maybe Fury, but then Fury, the way Fury made Klitschko look, that was on Fury. The same way White looked not so good. He didn't look good at all in that fight. It's because Fury can make them look like that. So sometimes,
yeah, but he also didn't hurt Klitschko, bro. He hurt White comprehensively, fam. There was a lot of weird things going, and also like Dillian White was mad slow in this fight, fam. So you can't say he's just automatically better. And also, he beat an undefeated Dillian White. So my thing is, if Chisora has to go, right, and you say White is not that much better than Chisora, and they both go, they all lose White and Chisora, okay? Yeah, and Pulev goes as well because Pulev is not really the key win either. It leaves Klitschko and Wilder because I know Otto Wilder ain't no elite win.
It's mad. That Wilder is crazy.
Because it's 3 fights.
Yeah,
and then you got AJ's ones that still leaves Klitschko, Parker, Povetkin.
I won't put them apart.
Ruiz is significant because the loss happened.
Yeah, I wish he mashed him up in the second one. I wish it was no.
Well, I'm just saying
it's no conversation to be had about the dunes. I wish it was AJ gave him that destruction, gave him the beating that Ruiz deserved. I wish AJ did that. That's the one thing that just leaves me like dissatisfied.
It's one of those things, bro. He got the win. Like the Klitschko thing. I think Klitschko.
The resume is not far from each other. I think they will say
a lot of men. No. Don't get it twisted. Like the resume is the gap is closing now. Do you see what I'm saying? But like, if we go,
that's closed. If they say that raw, I'm undefeated though. So where you say all this, I've not lost. So yeah, I get you've 2-time, but I've never lost my situation. So
yeah, but he's also not been active for us. Like
that's
properly.
very true.
There's
and that's
those gaps there. Like
it's nuts. It's nuts.
I don't know.
Open the lines.
Let's open the lines.
Open the lines and answer people.
I don't want to change the conversation.
But that's it's mad. I don't know what to say on that one. So the questions are: whose resume is better? Number 2, if you want to give Fury his flowers, call in, give him his flowers. Where's he ranked in the all-time list? Where do you put him? And yeah, let's get to it. Lines are open. Let's go.
The link is in the chat. Oh, the number 1 Tyson Fury fan is here, boy.
He's the number 1 Tyson Fury fan.
Maestro, bro.
Pugilist.
What's going on, Tony?
Oh, I didn't say this, but I need to say it. I was a little bit disappointed with Dillian's the lead up to the fight, from just the friendship stuff. It was just a bit too much of me. They were just too, and I get you've lived together, you've done this, but it just felt, I don't know, not saying it had any complexion on the fight. I think Dillian still came and fought the same way. I don't think it changed because Dillian was still tapped in.
But let's get into that. Let's get into that one on the pod, bro.
Yeah. Cool.
Man of hair, bro.
Let's go. All right, talk to me. Love the top, bro. Love that top.
Come on.
Yes, up, blessed up. I had to give credence to the main man. Anyway, first things first. Congratulations, Travis and Mrs. Travis.
Thank you, bro.
We missed you on Saturday. We all know that you were attending that far more prestigious occasion. Secondly, I have to big up all the man then that came down to the watch along on Saturday night.
Let's go.
Big respect to my partner in crime, Base the Kid.
Come on.
Man like Danny from Fight Fan TV. Big up them, man. And yeah, let's get into this very quickly because I know there's bare man trying to get their say on the situation.
Yeah.
So first things first is where does Tyson Fury fit in the pantheon of heavyweight champions?
Yes.
There's a lot of good arguments he's got to make, bearing in mind his size over some of the champions that are on your list that you showed up. So for instance, I would have to say it's a difficult decision to put Sonny Liston over Tyson Fury. Because when you look at Sonny Liston's resume of champions, it doesn't really stack up to say that, you know what, he could beat a really big guy like a Tyson Fury. I would also question Mike Tyson,
I didn't want to
which
say
is going to be really controversial. I know a lot of men love off Mike Tyson. And I love Mike Tyson. Trust me, I went to see Mike Tyson fight Evander Holyfield. But Evander Holyfield lost to a small Evander Holyfield. Yeah? Mike Tyson lost to a small Evander Holyfield. Not a big man like Tyson Fury. And when it came down to the crunch, the reason why Mike Tyson, for me, isn't in the top 10 of heavyweights all time is because he never beat anybody really in their prime, you know, who you would consider a top 10 heavyweight. You know, he beat a washed up Larry Holmes, yeah? But then he lost to Lennox Lewis, he lost to Evander Holyfield. And who's on his resume that you could turn around and say, well, this makes him a top 10? And when you look at the losses, you've got to say, well, So I'm questioning whether the fact that I haven't got Mike Tyson in my top 10, can I justifiably put Tyson Fury above him? And I have to be like, maybe. But my problem with Tyson Fury is exactly the same reason I don't have Mike Tyson. His resume doesn't allow him to be included. Yeah? The fact that you've beat one guy 3 times, because I'll give him that first fight, and then you beat Chisora, who seems like everybody else is capable of beating Chisora, and you beat long in the tooth Klitschko. So who on your resume really gives you the...
And Dillian.
Again, Dillian's record now is beginning to look questionable.
Yeah.
But does the record become questionable because you lost to the man, or is it just because you're gonna lose, innit? Like like these guys were good until you meet.
But now you look at the losses and you question, like, you know, hang on a second, I'm gonna burn up.
Where'd he go?
He about to burn that food, boy.
So yeah, you look at the losses to Povetkin, you look at the uppercut loss to AJ, you look at the near knockout or the hurt, getting hurt by Joseph Parker, and you're like, well, you know, people would say I definitely would have said
Dillian was dangerous and he got beaten. He just got exposed by the better man. That's all.
Nah, but
Like
do you think Dillian looked the best? Do you think Dillian looked great on this thing on Saturday night?
No, I thought he looked. I thought he didn't execute at all. But I thought he came in and
that's
you know, listen. The only round I gave him a share of was that first round.
I didn't give him any rounds. But
I gave him a share of the first round.
But let's be real though. Let's look at Dillian, right? And all those fights that he had. He's gone to hell for leather with Oscar Rivas, who is now campaigning at Bridgerweight. Went down against Oscar Rivas. Like, I know the elephant in the room is you've been knocked out 3 times by uppercuts. Like, this is now becoming a thing where it's like, no, there's a button to press with Dillian that makes he's out of there.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really. Do you know what I mean? Enoch, great comment. He said he hasn't looked good since he left Tibbs.
Yeah. And that is why, unfortunately for Tyson Fury, it makes his record look like, you know what, I've got. He doesn't have a record where you can go, I've got killers on my record. Muhammad Ali fought killers in his lifetime. Larry Holmes fought killers in his lifetime. George Fraser, Evander Holyfield.
Who's the killers in this division? You can tell me, Joe. Who's the killers? Because I don't know where they are.
You know, you would have put AJ before he got beat up by Usyk. But even he's lost that now.
And even Wilder, you would say he was one of the. Wilder was punching people's souls out, bro. We saw that.
And look at that. Look at that. Wilder has the highest knockout ratio of any heavyweight of all time, yet we can't even put him in a top 20.
The names on Wilder's resume are far. They can never enter this conversation.
Watch.
Wilder's let's not pretend in it. We all know that we will be
He's got power.
Us lot will
But
be
if
so.
we do, no, but right now we're having a resume convo. Wilder cannot enter this convo.
No.
In the division, in the heavyweight division, if you talk about the killers right now Fury's got power, yeah, that we didn't even expect. I wasn't thinking Fury's gonna be here knocking man out. He does that now. That's now his thing. Yeah. The next killer that punches heavy and hard in this division is Wilder. We all know this. We all know that Wilder's got good night. He's got that because Fury got up somehow. We don't know
who though. Against who? I mean, you know what? This you could take Wilder and say, look at Tommy Morrison in the like
before Lennox knocked him out.
Yeah, in his era, Tommy Morrison was knocking everybody out. David Tua was a knockout artist. You know, that man there was just all right. And when they came against legitimate competition, they got found out.
So I ask you this simple question: AJ Wilder, are you confident AJ just beats him?
I'm not. No.
There we go. That's the big.
But styles make fights in the same way that AJ could go and beat Fury. Like so, it doesn't like you don't. It's not maths, bro. It's not maths.
Footwork that I think. One thing that Fury's shown now is he can just make some of his opponents look stupid. So I'm not saying I believe AJ's another killer in the division, but I don't think AJ's throwing his weight around the way we want him to throw his weight around. We haven't seen AJ throw his weight around properly like that since maybe Klitschko, where he's really throwing his weight. Yeah, since Klitschko is the last time we saw AJ really dominate and throw. Let us know he's the bigger man. When he came back with when he came back against the Ruiz thing, it wasn't the big. It was just I'm outboxing. He outboxed Ruiz in that one. We haven't seen AJ be a killer for a very long time now, because the Usyk one wasn't a killer in there. So then even calling him a killer now feels uncomfortable. But you know, I say for what is past, I'm gonna call him one still. I'm gonna say, you know what, still dangerous. You know, but then when we talk about it, so I'm saying that the killers, the main killer that we can talk about that'll be a problem for everyone else, Fury's defeated. So when we say, and then there's no one else, we can't put Joe Joyce in there. We can't put the Rumford Bull. You can line all these men up, Are they beating Fury? No.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
The point,
shut up, bro.
the point is, just as you couldn't put Wilder in a top 20 prior to him fighting Fury, you can't just put Fury in a top 10 or a top 5 because he's beat Wilder. Because there's still not enough resume to beat the guys who beat killers. Muhammad Ali beat killers. Yeah? Larry Holmes beat killers. George Foreman beat killers.
Yeah. No, hey. I definitely hear you. In that greatest ever
conversation. Holyfield beat killers.
Yeah. Yeah. Even someone whose name will come up like Riddick Bowe. Like, that brother there is a nightmare for a lot of men. So it gets very mad. If man was just comfortably saying I'm the king of this era, there's nothing to say to Fury right now. The minute you start doing greatest ever debates, it gets very, very crazy.
Very tricky. Yeah.
I can't do nothing about if there's no one in my area that can fight. That's not my fault, innit?
Yeah, so
I appreciate that, but because you haven't fought everybody, you can't just claim to be the best that ever lived. And sorry, you know, as you know, you can show great technique. I could tell you a million fighters who look fantastic, but when push came to shove, didn't perform. Let me tell you about one of the greatest, Donald Curry. Looked like the next coming of Christ in the game of boxing. Then he ran into a guy called a ragamuffin man, Lloyd Hannigan. Game over. Yeah? Simple as that. And Tyson Fury hasn't run into a ragamuffin man. I thought Dillian White was going to be the ragamuffin man.
And he messed up. We did, guys. We can't just because he
won. We thought what? We thought what? Dillian was going to win. When did we say that? We record our combos, you know.
We said a ragamuffin, someone that will be someone.
No. What he's saying is a ragamuffin man. Don't mean that.
No, but he's Jamaican, bro. That will cause him, bro.
You talking about Lloyd Hannigan? You talking about Lloyd Hannigan?
I was round your family, bro. I'm honorary Jamaican right now, bro.
Okay. But you still have to go back and research Lloyd Hannigan because I don't think you know. That's not what he's trying to
I'm not
do.
talking. I'm not saying
Very
that.
different.
No, listen. I'm not, bro. Getting into semantics right now. I'm talking about somebody that would be is not gonna. We knew he's gonna use the forearms. We knew he's gonna be dirty. We knew he was gonna see something different that he's not had to deal with. We knew he's gonna be fighting someone that we said that the IQ of Wilder was lacking. He didn't have the jab. There was so much that Wilder didn't have. He's finally gonna fight someone that has boxing IQ and can be dirty with it and can lean on the chest. He didn't get to
move on, boys. Move on. There's plenty of people in the chat. Let me chat to you next time because enough people waiting.
All right, cool. See you later, bro. Big up, though. You know Tony, bro. He will just round man up and bounce, fam.
I know, bro. Maestro,
not ready yet. He said, come back to me.
Ash,
Ash said he's got beef for people right now.